All right, so I want to go over exactly what I do to find a good buy when it comes to buying different altcoins. And I want to be able to do that in a way, when I'm buying out altcoins, like, different crypto coins, I always want to do that in a way to where it's efficient, to where I don't have to be on, looking at all these forums and trying to find all these news events. Of course, you want to be connected, but I have other things that I'm doing, businesses and whatnot. So this is just my personal approach to how I do it. The way I do it is through the charts. So the charts are going to tell you what's happening in the market. The market doesn't tell you what's happening in the charts. It's the charts tell you what's happening in the market. So, you know, these charts literally tell a story. And to make it simple, because I also want to make it to where someone who's brand new could have a simple, checklist, a simple system to, trade and find a good buy on these things. Um, I wanted to make it really efficient because people that are beginning, most likely, they're working jobs, they have businesses, different things like that, and you want to be able to have a system to where when something triggers, you take action, and you have a system that will basically do most of the work for you, and you just go in and I guess access what has been done and make decisions. So this is my system for buying cryptocurrency, altcoins, stuff like that. I don't really mess with all the very low end ones. I don't really mess with that. Like there's a couple that you know that I've done research on myself, but other than that, for someone brand new, you wanna focus on what's the top thing. So if we go to coin market cap, duh, 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 this is the number one reason. This is the number one way I look at different cryptocurrencies. Now, what most people do is they would go right here and they would click this and see, okay, who has already made their move today? Like, and then they'll try to follow how people are, how, follow the motion that's happening in the markets. This thing went up, Tesla's went up 50% today. V Chain, these are some that I've kept a close eye on before all this, but V Chain, Tezos, these are different cryptocurrencies. The Graph Coin, these are different ones. Ocean, Verge, Polkadot, Icon. It made some really, really good movements today. Now, most people will go like, okay, here, let me just go Voyager. And they'll go and you click on it, and let's see if it pulls up. And they'll buy it way up here after it's made the move. Like the move already happened down here. Let me actually go to week. The move already happened down here. It was at 13 cents and it went up to 16 cents. Yeah, it went up to 16 cents in this past week. In this past month, it actually was coming down from 16 cents to 13 cents back to 16. So, but most people, they don't go that far and they would just go back here, go to what's already made its motion. It's like, okay, this is the coin to buy. Let's go. And that's it. That's not what you want to do. Really, I just look at this as a way to, just identify a few things. I go back to here, keep it simple. No, unless you go and you hear about something, you do some research. I'm not going to go into how I research coins in this particular video, but I'm just going to show you a way to where you can buy, good ones on the way up. That was a good double right there, Tron. But a good one on the way up before it makes these moves or makes a move like that or makes a move like that. So what I look at is if we go let's use Tron as an example, actually. I'm gonna go back to TradingView. I'm gonna type in Tron. So I'm gonna add, I already have Tron. So I'm gonna type in Tron. Now there's two things that you wanna look for when it comes to buying altcoins. Of course, you wanna buy low, but don't be a victim. And then also don't be a victim to the hype. I'll put that as a second thing. To hype. You can use hype as an advantage, but trying to buy things after the fact is becoming a victim to hype. And then knowing where a shift of momentum happens. So basically, after a coin has been sitting at a little bit lower standing and it starts to pick up momentum, knowing how to find that shift of momentum is the guide to buying altcoins. I'm going to show you a simple way of doing this. I had a lot of people reach out, about, what I would do when it comes to buying altcoins and how to make it simple. So this is basically going to be that guide. So go here and put it over here, put in current price data. All right, perfect. Start here. So buy low. Buy low is a matter of support and resistance. Support is where price bounces off of. So we look here, price bounced off of that. It bounced off of this area. See how price has moved? It's where these movements started from. They started from these common areas. So you can have, support. And this is not necessarily, I just want to show you the concept of support and resistance because I'm going to show you a way to where this could be done for you on an automatic basis. But if somebody that doesn't know support and resistance, I want to just outline. So the support is the floor. So if you're standing on the floor is your support. If you look at the ceiling, that's your resistance. If you have the vertical to jump and hit the ceiling is going to push you back down. So, something like this would be resistance for this movement. It stopped here, started going back down. But we're looking for buys, so we're looking for supports. I'm not going to really focus on resistance too much in this video, really not at all. So you're looking for support. So you see where price moved from and moved from here. If you don't have, the skill set yet to find these areas, I'm gonna show you a way to where you can do it automatically. And then I'm also show you how to not be a victim to the hype. So for example, at this point in time, this went up 50%. This was a 50% gain in one day. A lot of people will go on here, like say today was January 29th. On here, they would have saw Tron. If you would have done this, you would have saw Tron, top mover, 45, 50% gain in the last 24 hours. They're like, oh, Tron's about to go to the moon. Let's hurry up and buy Tron. So you go in and you buy Tron, you buy it up here. And then what happens is that you buy, let me put a line where you would probably buy it if you were doing it that way. So you would buy somewhere up here. You're like, oh man, I caught Tron, right before it really took off for the moon. And then what happens is all this happens right after. So your investment, 50%, 20, 25, 25%, you're chasing hype. So you go down here and in the same day, you bought, like say you bought $100 worth of Tron. In the same day, you lost 25% of Tron in the same day. These little dotted lines represent a day's time, a day's end. So you lost 25% in the same day because you were chasing hype. How would you know? Now, the second question would be, how would you know to go in and buy Tron before this happens so you can capitalize on that momentum? And how would you know to do that? What you do, and the way I do it, is find the shift in momentum. So I want to buy Tron down in here, somewhere Like if I'm looking to buy Tron, I'm looking to buy somewhere in here. Why? Because there's a recent support and it starts to bounce up from it. But if you don't have the technical chart knowledge, there's a way you can catch that momentum. And what you can do is use the form of moving averages. So moving averages are, and I'm going to show you what they look like if you're completely brand new to this. Use moving averages. Moving averages is just a line that connects the closing prices of a, X number of time. So 30, 24, 30-minute periods, 31 hour periods, so basically a moving average, if you're on the 1 hour chart and you have a 60 moving average, that's the average closing price of the last 60 hours at that particular time. And it's always going to give you the last closing price for the last 60 hours in that particular time. So moving averages have two purposes. So two purposes for the moving averages, two main purposes. You can use them for other things, but two main purposes. As a dynamic support resistance line, support resistance, and as a trigger or a indication of momentum. That's probably the best way to do it, of price momentum. Those are the best two uses for moving averages. So you got support resistance, you got moving and you got price momentum. So the two moving averages that I use are, when it comes to crypto, is I like using the exponential moving average. So go to TradingView, type in moving average, you're going to see moving average exponential. So I'm going to click that twice. Now, default is going to do the 9 moving average on TradingView. 9 is one of the ones I want to use. But the other I like using is 62. And 62 has a very good historical pricing. Like basically once you see it, it'll make sense. But the charts tend to respect the 62 moving average. I'm gonna just keep it simple like that. They respect the 62 moving average. I like to make that 62 red so you can see it easier, and it can also be an indication of downward momentum. As a slow one, I like to have the 9 one, because the 9 one is quicker, it's gonna move faster. I like to have that as green. So one thing you can do is, if you're going to do just about every day, I would be on the 1 hour. If you're kind of passive and you just want to find good points to buy, I'd probably use like the 4 hour. So what you can do, I lost my point. Yeah. What you can do is go in where they cross. So the way I look at it is, if you have the 9 and the 14, I'll make this smaller. You have the 9 and the 14, the 9 and the 62, not the 14. I don't know where I got 14 from. When they cross, you can use that as a sign of momentum. So when 9 and 62 cross, it equals shift in momentum. So if it crosses up, momentum is up. If it crosses down, the momentum is going to continue downward. So you had this move here. Keep that out the way. So you had this move here. Let me go like 2 hours. It crossed here. So if you're using just that as a indication. It crossed here. Let me zoom in on this so you can see it. So right there, actually, this candle, it crossed. So this, if you would have, there's a way you can set an alert to where you can make it give you an email when it crosses. But this candle here is when it crossed. This candle is priced at 29, so 2.0296. So I don't know how to say that in cents, but almost 3 cents. So at that point in time, if you would have bought there, and this is for buying and holding, I wouldn't just be day trading, leverage trading with this. This is for people who want to find good spots to buy and hold, or to kind of do exchange trading. Just put that out there. It's a little bit more confirmations you would need for day trading crypto, because you're using leverage positions, so you want to be a little bit more accurate. But just using this, you went up. Bring that down so we can all see it. Buying there in a matter of a day, you would have caught a 40% gain in one day. If you're day trading it, you would take profit there. If you're holding it, maybe you hold it lower, but for the most part, you found a good area where you can buy, and from there, you're in a good spot. That's the whole basis of this trading, is for you to find good spots to buy and hold crypto. Go to any other one, even if you're here, and you buy and hold here. This was at January 28th, $134. Right now, I think it's at 190 or close to it. Yeah, $190, about a 40% gain in 2 weeks. Just using this, you can stack up your orders just using that. So you would have bought here. Where is it at? So you would have bought there. You would have bought here. This is a week apart from each other, so that's good, especially if people are doing weekly buy-ins. And you would have been enjoying the ride there. That's just Litecoin. Let's go to Cardano. Cardano's been doing pretty well. You could have bought here. This is just in the last few weeks. Imagine if you were doing it a long time ago, like back here in December. Bought there, and you would have bought here. Bought there. Had 3 buy-in positions, and then this happens. That's, just having a simple strategy to buy. This is one of the entries. There's 2 entries that I do with this. This is one entry, just doing it off the crosses like this. If you're more passive, maybe the 4-hour. If you want to do it on a weekly basis, do buy-ins on a weekly basis, maybe have this set on the 1 hour and buy in when they cross up, because crypto's in a bull market, so you're looking for crosses up. Let's get this back in. There we go. Zoom back out. So the second thing, of course, with buying low and buying in the shift of momentum, is knowing the support resistance. Now, if you can trade, then you know how to mark this up with just like your tools, like your squares and rectangles and stuff like that. You know how to mark it up and be like, okay, that's a resistance, that's a support, and keep going. But if you're brand new, you may not have your eyes trained that way. So one thing you can do, on a free account on TradingView, you have up to 3 indicators. So we got 2, 9 and a 62. The third one, you go here, go to search indicators, you do auto, and then put in the dash. And what pops up is auto support. So what it does is it outlines the support and resistance automatically for you. So blue line is support, red line is resistance. It's in a bull market, so there's not a lot of resistance. You know, there's the top there, but you see how there's more blue than red, so you know it's in an uptrend. So basically, just doing auto support just like that. Now, all you see is blue. Let me switch to Forex real quick. What's in consolidation right now? I believe it is each. There we go. So you see how the red here, that's resistance. And it's automatically marking up the points of support resistance. It does it based off of current price. So it's not as accurate unless you go on the current price. So like right now, this is the resistance. You know, down here is the support. There's more resistance up here. There's more support at the bottom here because as things become lower, of course, more people want to buy. As things become higher, more people want to sell. So this indicator automatically detects those lines for you. You know, down here, you know, ultimate level of support. And you can literally use this on your crypto. So when you get to a point where these blue lines are popping up, I think let's do one that's actually, as you could just throw money in crypto right now and it's going up. But as these blue lines pop up, those are support levels. So if price, like say price comes down, and it comes down here, back to these levels where the support is, this is where I'm buying. All in there. That's why I'm buying. Get down to the support, start forming more blue lines where it's at. You know, I could buy there, and then these lines are going to be moving down with it. So this is going to start to do that. This is going to start to do that. And it crosses, it'll cross back up. That's the second buy. So like this line across down and then cross back up. So you got one buy here. And then when price comes back up, maybe I should color them so you can tell the difference. So you got the green line here. Green. So basically as price comes back up and has the green line crosses over the red again, that could be your second buy. So buy number one would be here. Oh, buy number one would possibly be in this area after it dips, if it dips that far. Buy number two would be when it crosses. So price crosses for the red. So let me extend that out. So it crosses the red again. That would be buy number two. And you could ride it back up again. So I just want to kind of jump on here and show you, you know, just this methodology of buying altcoins. And with this, you can have a simple system to where you don't have to spend a lot of time. Like, speaking of that, you can go here. And then where is it? You can go here and you can set up alerts. So add alert, go in there, and then crossing up the other. So basically when the green crosses the red, it's going to send an alert to an email. And, you know, you can even put like a message for yourself, buy orchard. And you can create that alert. And then from there, anytime that 9 crosses the 62, it's going to send you an email and it's going to have this message, buy orchard. So you can be at work, you can be doing whatever, you get that email, you don't have to question anything. The system's already working. And you just go in, you know when to buy, and you can literally buy and keep working, keep doing your business, stuff like that. And they'll send you that email. You can have it to where it could be an indefinite alert. As long as that cross happens, you get notified, you know, you can check, you can make sure, but for the most part, you're good to go. And it's as simple as that. You can make this efficient. You don't have to spend time on Reddit like that. You don't have to spend all this time, you know, trying to watch all these videos. It's good. More knowledge is good. But if you just purely do not have time, there's a way you can participate with this in a clean and efficient manner. So hopefully this video helps. Definitely reach out to me if you have any questions. I also have a whole course. That you can go to that I put on Facebook for trading. And you can just go here to wallstreetmoses.com and you'll be able to have access to that course for free. So hopefully all this helps. Definitely check out the website. It'll have a lot of good knowledge in there. And let's win, because 2021 is going to be a crazy year when it comes to investing. And the people who pay attention now are going to be celebrating really hard at the end of this year. So definitely put the work in now, and let's go.